부릉부릉.
Let's drive. There's 3 districts available, D, J, and K. In order to go to the mirror dungeons, I need to clear level 2. We have cleared the prologue. Next is Canto 1, the Outcast. Alright, you get lunacy by clearing stuff. Good. Room. The ride is awkward and intimidating. Even though I've been handed the title of manager, I have no idea what to do at a time like this. I decided to ask this sinner with a bug's arm where we're currently headed. He has a name, his name is Gregor. Kinda curious that, like, I guess this is very story heavy.
앞에 장애물이 있어. 부릉부릉. 해도 돼?
I mean, Arknights as well, very story heavy, to the point where I started skipping some parts because sometimes I just don't care. I really like the game. Sorry to mention another gacha while playing a gacha so much, but I really like the gameplay of Arknights. I love tower defense games, so it just, when it released globally, I was just so happy. The chatter was what finally got me to open my eyes. After all, nothing beats blocking out your sight when you want to keep boredom at bay. Not that there was much else to do on a bus whose destination was unknown to me. My lack of head and memory certainly don't help either. Yeah, I do suffer from a lack of head for quite a while as well.
그래, 계속 지나가자고.
덜컹덜컹.
I like her.
비싼 세정제야. 베르가 큰맘 먹었다고 그랬어.
Jeez. The clump stuck to the window gently dissolve, letting light through. Many different sets of eyes on the bus are lethargically facing forward. Can we hide the UI? We actually can. Okay, this is amazing for extraction of thumbnails. Oh, this is all I wanted out of this game. Thank you, Project Moon. There's also a log, I assume, an autoplay and a skip function. Oh, you can play the voice clips again. Great. Sorry if this is like a beginner's guide into Limbus Company, but again, I kind of want to just get all the options available to me. It felt like a pretty gruesome scene, but based on the others' reactions, maybe this kind of violence is common in the city. Hey, it felt rather awkward to close my eyes again, now that I was wide awake. You have no eyes! That's when the conspicuously bearded man grabbed my attention. But, I mean, glasses, know where we're going right now? A feature far more conspicuous than his beard made me slip.
방금 벌레 양반이라고 부르려고 했지?
Almost.
다시 한번 말하자면 내 이름은 그레고르요.
It's not that hard to remember as well.
당신이 시계 대가리가 아니라 단테라고 불리듯이.
Clockface is like an amazing name for a serial killer that just skins the faces of his victims and replaces them with clocks or something. I don't know. I couldn't find any excuses, so I just gave back a light nod.
어이, 기사 양반. 우리 지금 어디로 가는 거야?
Look at him, calling her bus girlie. She has a name.
다시 한번 말하자면 내 이름은 카론이요.
So I guess they have been together long. I didn't intrude on a posse that has been adventuring for the past 10 years or something, which is good.
당신이 벌레 양반이 아니라 그레고르라고 불리듯이.
She got you there, Gregor.
본전도 못 건졌네.
베르가 말했어. 수감자들은 사구로 간다. 사구! 방금 사구라고 말했는가?
I really love enthusiasm. It's so offbeat to the others. It cracks me up.
그곳은 연두낭자의 출신지로 유명하지. 영웅의 발자취는 그때부터 시작되었다네. 바야흐로.
The Grass Maiden.
아까부터 시끄럽게 쫑알쫑알. 입 다물고 조용히 좀 가지.
나는 아까까지 입을 다물고 있었네만.
말 대답하지 말라고.
It's interesting how they have two of the big and burly archetype. Actually 3 if we count Mersault among them. There's Heathcliff, Gregor and Mersault, and all of them are huge and strong. At least they look like that. And then you have Oh, what's the other guy called? The small and unassuming dude. And there's only one of them. You have one buff girl with Rhodion. And then just regular women. Like, body archetype wise, I think. Don Quixote could be considered of like a smaller stature, I guess. Or Ishmael as well.
이봐요. 본인이 더 시끄럽다는 건 알아요?
I love her hair. I love her flowing hair. It's... I love the character designs in general. Sorry if I'm gushing. Like, I'm squirting while playing right now. You can't see it. I hope you can't hear me, but... Yeah.
죽어도 살아난다고 해서 아프지 않은 건 아니야. 한 번만 더 주둥이 놀려봐.
옳은 말을 했는데도 돌아오는 게 폭력이라니. 수준 알만하네요.
Damn. I contemplated for a second. I want to get out of here. Should I step in? Is this the part where I exercise my authority as the manager with dignity and grace? A faint memory urges me to do something. Now, guys. It's inadvisable to lose your... See? It could be cool, it could be clock, it could be cock. Ooh. Who the fuck sliced both of them? Virgil?
모분조도
Ryoshu.
모가지를 분질러야 조용해지지. 도야지 같은 새끼들.
What? To write against noisy crying hogs and tail scragging. What did she mean by that? And then she in turn gets killed. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
이유 없는 폭력은 용서받을 수 없다네. 그대는 내가 응징하지.
These people are entirely unhinged due to the fact that they can't die. I love that.
아, 이럴 줄 알았어. 옷에 피가 튀었잖아. 저기, 꼭 내 앞에서 싸워야겠어?
Would be funny if she kills herself just to get new clothes. I must be mad. We haven't even reached our destination and they've already killed 3 of our own it is.
이거 잠깐 한눈이라도 팔려고 하면 사고를 치는군.
I wonder what his role is.
너희 넷 이번 달 버스 청소다.
어째서 본인은 정의를 구현했을 뿐인 것을.
잠깐! 내 옷 빨래도 포함시켜줘. 피는 와인이랑은 다르게 잘 안 빠진단 말이야. 힘 비싼 건데.
No one bats an eye at the lifeless janitors to be littering the floor. Maybe they're already taking the indefinite revivals for granted. But I don't even know how exactly I'm supposed to bring them back. Well, last time you did a clock phase, but...
단테, 시계를 돌려주시겠습니까?
Well, if I could turn back time that easily, that would be amazing. Turn the clock? Do I just put a finger up my face and just rewind it?
아, 그런 모양새면 어리둥절한 표정이라는 건가? 기억해두죠.
Did they have a different Dante in the past, or did they have me and I just lost my memories? Because they're saying all of this as if I should be taking it for granted. Almost as if they know how it works and stuff. I guess we're gonna find out.
씨.
Virgilius gives Faust a tired nod and gestures to me. She let out a small sigh, but still came to my seat, probably out of a sense of obligation. Yeah, that's just my interaction with women ever since I can remember.
처음 만났던 날에도 당신이 했던 일을 말하는 거예요, 단테. 그때는 본능으로 해냈던 거겠지만. 자, 다시 해보죠. 눈을 감으세요.
Though I have no eyes to close, blocking out my sight is something I've done. I had no reason not to follow Faust's instruction here.
사실 문은 어디에나 있어요. 그러나 당신에게만 보이죠. 왜냐하면 당신의 하늘엔 별이 지지 않았으니까.
At that, I felt a thread of light creep into my side. As if to open my eyes, I embraced that light. Ooh, then I saw space. I was alone there, and a massive door stood before me. It wasn't a pleasant sight. Suffocating heat and agonized cries seeped through the gap. Hearing the endless laments and waiting for even a split second makes me feel faint. However, I'm approaching the door, grasping at its handles as if it's what I was born to do. Despite being seemingly heavy, pulling it open was surprisingly easy. I grope about in the door, thousands upon thousands of last wails lay within. And reaching inside, I grab a few unknown hands. I can feel the histories of different sins bearing the brands crawl up my hand onto my arm.
고통을 나눌 준비가 되었나요?
So if they kill themselves, I'm the one to suffer? Jerks. Could that have been a question? Or rather, pressure to comply? I pulled forth, the sinners grasping my hand with all my strength. Oh, a terrible pain spreads through my neck and head. So crushingly severe, it makes me wish I were dead. The indescribable sensation of bone and muscle twisting and tangling with each other goes on for what feels like an eternity. My legs weren't prepared to endure all this agony. I fell to kneel atop the pool of blood in helplessness. Then I see it. Trembles in the bloody pools, gradually growing into waves and bubbles rising from the floor. Soon, the blood soaking the ground coalesced into 3 masses. Then the agony that seemed to last forever vanished just like that. I like that. I like how anticlimactic it can be at times then. I mean, if the suffering was indeed just forever, why would the clock-faced person keep doing it? Especially if they just kill themselves out of presumably fun. As the lumps of blood rose into the air and flew away, my sight was cleared of dreadful redness, returning to the grumbling buzz.
목이 베어졌다가 붙어버린 심경은 어떻지? 두근거리던가?
They are really fucked up. Right as Heathcliff is restored to consciousness, he rubs his neck, mutters vulgar words, and approaches Ryoshu. Hold on! I just brought you back and you're going straight into another fight? Heathcliff turns around to glare at me. His eyes are those of a man devoured by blind fury.
어차피 살리는 게 대기 할 일 아닌가?
Yeah, but I can't keep doing it all the time, you know? I have some other hobbies.
할 거 있으면 그 가짜는 시계 대가리째로 부수기 전에 저리 짜져 있어.
What's his problem?
잠깐만요. 단테 씨가 괴로워하시는 것 같은데 이쯤에서
That's the name I was missing earlier, Sinclair. He's scrawny, I think it's called. Before he could finish, Heathcliff's steel bat caved in the side of Sinclair's head. Man, either these people, some of them are either not used to fighting because they get caught off guard so easily, or they just really don't care. The incoherent gurgles of a dying person violated my ears.
시계 대가리, 다음번엔 널 으깰 거야. 이만하면 알아들었지?
정말 생긴 대로라더니
Why don't we just get rid of Heathcliff? He seems a liability, to be honest. If he even threatens me, the one that can bring him back, that's not the smartest thing to do.
한 번 죽어서는 만족을 못하나?
Heathcliff tightens his grip on the bat, and Ishmael is ready to swing a weapon as well. Have I seriously become the manager of people who can't be stopped even by death? Well, I was lost in thought. All tension in the bus suddenly dropped. It froze over.
이거 아무래도 제대로 교정해둬야겠어.
Are they that afraid of Virgil? The sinners on a collision course stopped dead in their tracks. A cold pair of red eyes cast a glare between the two.
첫 번째 규칙. 버스 안에서는 무기 부딪히는 소리가 들리지 아니한다.
Well, do not let me hear it. That leaves some leeway.
이 순간 이후로 이 규칙이 깨어지면 너희는 내게 제발 죽여달라고 애원하게 될 거야.
Yeah, I guess there are fates worse than death, right?
난 충분히 그럴 수 있는 사람이야. 알지?
Sinclair's writhing on the floor was the only sound breaking the silence. Heathcliff glowered, but couldn't bring himself to argue back. Is he not dead yet? Shouldn't we put him out of his misery and then bring him back?
단테, 미안하게 됐습니다. 시계를 한 번만 더 돌려주시죠.
I have to do that again? I'd rather die than have to bear that harrowing pain once more. I waggled my head in dejection. The faint hint of a smile on Virgilia's face vanishes as his expression shifts.
내가 아직 사과와 부탁을 하고 있을 때 문을 여는 게 좋을 텐데 관리자 단테.
Wait, who's the boss here again? It seems like I don't quite understand.
아, 단지 아픔이 두려운 거라면, 그래서 고개를 젓는 거라면 기꺼이 도와드리겠습니다. 그 정도의 고통에는 눈 하나 깜빡 안 하게 말이죠. 그럼 견딜 수 있지 않겠습니까?
내가 잘못 들은 건가? 관리자님이 분명 거부 의사를 내비쳤던 것 같은데.
당신 기어드는 박자가 잘못됐군.
입사할 때 나의 상관은 네가 아니라 관리자님이라고 분명히 들었다.
Oh yes, Otis. I love you. Protect me, please.
관리자께서 고개를 저었다면 의미는 충분히 전달되었다고 보는데.
그래.
What's her deal though?
보좌관께서 나서시겠다.
Why is she doing that?
그렇다면 보좌관께도 충분한 의미를 전달해 주어야겠군.
The red hue of his eyes grew deeper, much to my dread. I don't really know what I'm meant to do as the manager, or if I even deserve to take this role. But I felt that I should at least stop things here so we don't get into an even bigger mess. Reviving one should hurt less than reviving 12 at once. Otis, I'll rewind the clock, it's okay. Virgilius noticed me motioning her to stand down and withdrew the red glow from his glare, as if in mutual understanding. Is this his ego, or how do red glowing eyes actually work?
잘 생각하셨군.
관리자께서 그러시겠다면.
Otis seemed to want to add her input, but she promptly backed down and straightened herself out. Man, she's the best. Where's Faust in all of this? The red dog greeted me again, along with the twisting sensation. I've given up trying to describe the throes I go through. Words can't express it in full anyway.
고맙습니다.
Sinclair stood up with a pained moan and bowed to me before waddling back to his seat. Do we fight now, or is there another story segment after a loading screen? Oh, that was just... that wasn't even a fight, that was just a story segment. This one is a fight, because this has a sword. I do know my video games. Dance time. After being asked a favor I couldn't turn down, I was forced to bear a series of pains worse than death rewinding the clock. The bus fell quiet in a less than pleasant way. I kept my mouth shut. Let's hope nothing else happens until we reach District 4. The X objective for this one is to clear it within 10 turns. Take a look at your enemies. This is nice. It costs 8 stamina, slash, and Catherine to enter the battle. I can select up to 5 sinners. Obviously, it would be smart to select these ones, right? Wait, I want to see the... I want to...
네, 원하십니까? 네.
명령이라면
I can select up to 4 actually. What is this? What does this one do? Oh, with this I can edit them. Okay. I want to cover all of the affinities if possible, right?
태워보지 뭐.
배워내겠습니다.
I don't have anyone with green affinity. What does it say? 0, 2, 2, 3. 2 out of 3 possible affinities with this?
배워내겠습니다.
You know what? For now, let's just
그래. 태워보지 뭐.
fuck that. I don't care. How can I have 3 out of 2 with this? What does it mean? Is it explained here with the affinities? You can build a team with the identities of your 12 sinners, yeah. Pre-configure up to 20 teams here. You can view the types and amounts of ego resources your team can gain in battle. Oh, okay, these are also ego resources. A system I will learn to embrace and use. Don't worry. How hard can it be? It's a gacha game and it's the very first battle. First regular battle. And we get another story segment actually. Don Quixote suddenly raised a hand.
번째 규칙은 이해했다네. 그럼 두 번째는 무엇인가?
The first rule is to always have like an insurmountable amount of story before even getting to any gameplay in any game. I shouldn't complain. I love visual novels.
참. 아니 그걸 왜 굳이 나서서 물어보는 거야?
Virgilius gave a cold stare to Ryoshu, who had just lit a cigarette. She looked back at him with a peculiar face.
두 번째 규칙. 버스 바닥에 담배 꽁초 버리지 마. 자국 남으니까.
He's just making them up as he goes, right? The bus falls silent again.
잠깐. 버스에 정적이 흐르면 안 되지. 엔진 소리는 어디 갔나? 캐론, 왜 속도를 안 내는 거지?
답이 없어. 내 피가 배고파해.
잘 됐군. 분위기를 좀 환기시키지.
Are we dropping by a gas station? No, I think you didn't understand what the food is last time they explained it to you. The idea of Virgilius casually plugging a fuel nozzle into the bus like an average driver felt alien. Sinners could be around here, he thought. It's cheap. Well, I don't know what else circulates through his veins other than blood.
차가 움직이려면 연료가 필요하지. 캐론, 헤드라이트를 깜빡거려봐. 무대 조명처럼.
응, 댄스 타임이야. 잠깐. 헤드라이트까지 켜면 습격받기 딱 좋은 상황이잖아요.
Yes, that's the point.
그걸 노린 거군.
네?
I could hear someone slam the bus outside.
에이! 가진 거 다 놓고 내려. 30초 준다. 10, 9.
It's a number nuts hooligan.
이봐! 20이 빠졌잖아. 그럼 20초 동안은 기도나 하고 있어라.
왜 이렇게 주변에 모자란 사람들이 많은 건지.
뭐라고 했냐?
비겁하게 습격을 하다니. 틀림없는 악인들이로군.
자, 다들 내려. 그리고 말이야. 최대한 죽지 않을 만큼만 해줘. 알지?
Okay, already we have a good chain of red here.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
I still don't know how this battle system really works, but I guess I'm just gonna breeze through everything.
그대로 가보자고.
흉터의 결과요.
There's no real point to... Oh, there's different ways. It doesn't feel like there's a point of... to really pay attention as to what to do. But... Or maybe there is later on.
소란이 줄었네요.
She must be incredibly strong. Victory! First battle is over. It took less than 2 minutes. Which is 5% of this episode or something. Oh, that's an interesting statistic. Oh, they get XP by fighting. I guess. Okay. Everyone gets XP. Even the ones that didn't participate. I wonder if the other Sinner identities also get XP, even though they're not equipped right now. He contributed 40 damage. No one took any damage. Huh. Huh. Another fight. Yeah, I don't know. Cutting this episode up will be future Lambda's problem. A band of Flux attacks us, trying to take the bus. For some reason we leave them barely breathing instead of killing them outright, placing them in front of Mephistopheles.
빨리 시작하시죠.
With a guttural noise, the side of the bus lurches and splits open. A number of human shapes slid to the ground before its maw. Some were still conscious, while others weren't exactly in one piece. Then the bus began devouring those served to it in the most literal sense, gluttonously, voraciously. She likes that. Ryoshu watched it with a satisfied expression, seemingly determined to savor every moment. I'm not sure I should like her, but in a weird way I am aroused. Well, in the corner of my eye, Sinclair was clearly distressed.
다들 제정신이 아닌 것 같아요. 그렇지 않나요?
His reaction got me curious to know their stories. Just to make sure, none of you were forced to join, right? Though, what I was involved in before my head's changed is a mystery. I myself was practically forced to join the company, judging from what I know at the moment. And maybe the answer differed from me, or so I thought when... Sinclair's head drooped in response, like I struck a nerve.
그래요. 맞아요. 이건 제 선택이죠. 전부.
He muttered as if he were talking to someone other than me.
입사하지 않았어도 했을 일이요. 저기 또 악의 무리가 달려드네.
They're not all used to bloodshed and slaughter. So these are their attacks. Slash is fatal against it, but how do I decide? Who to attack, basically. That's the thing. They decide to attack, and I guess I react and clash. So the stuff I choose here will clash against this, basically. Both are the same attack, so I'm gonna win regardless. Same here, both of these are the same attack, I'm gonna win, most likely. Why does it get like a plus 100%? Oh, because it's a whatchamacallit, like a one-sided attack. I might disable the automatic coin toss just for a few fights, just to get what's even going on and to understand the flow of the fight. Because it's all happening at once. Can I somehow take a look at... Ah, that's the thing with like... I can't hover over like what's up there, basically. So I assume the 5+2... Is that the coin toss probability or something? And then the 14 is the damage? What is the 2 minus 12 on the side? Fucking hell, this game. Well, whatever, we're just gonna continue. I'm gonna do like a red chain here. I should kill her regardless, come on. They were both dead already. God, it's so awkward sometimes to get what you want. The sound effect is really loud. Alright, 2 of them already dead. 3 of them dead. All of them dead. 1 turn. Victory. Sinners who are not directly participating in battle will provide aid with support abilities. He again dealt the most damage. My manager level increased, my capacity went up, and my encapsulin has been refilled. That's how they get ya. Encapsulin. We watched Mephistopheles as it consumed the corpses. It's looking more reliable than the sinners. I knew something was up from the moment I saw this buzz for the first time, but what is this thing exactly? Far seems to have something to say.
배부르게 밥을 먹은 지가 언제더라. 기계덩어리 팔자가 더 낫네.
Do they even need to eat if they can't die?
제공되는 식사는 모두 상량이에요.
그 정도 먹어서는 기운이 안 난단 말이야.
Is the sound effect gonna continue in the background? Okay, thank you. I thought I heard Heathcliff shout, "You think I'm doing this on a full stomach?" in the distance, but Rodia seemed to pretend she heard nothing. Speaking of, does this bus run on stuff like blood or protein?
엔케팔린이에요. 로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 추출했던 에너지죠.
Oh. Wait, doesn't this mean that it runs on emotion instead? Because you extracted more encapsulin, the higher the emotion level, and like the more emotions were at play. Is that why we want them near death for a while? To get their emotions riled up.
이전 엘사 말이군요. 특이점으로 에너지를 생산하는 회사라고 들었어요. 엘사가 몰락한 지금은 잔해밖에 남지 않았지만.
So how does Faust know about it?
맞아요. 그래서 지금은 구하기가 꽤 힘들어요. 하지만 메피스토펠레스는 신체에서 엔케팔린을 강제로 추출할 수 있죠.
The body? I posed a question, watching Otis give orders to the other sinners, then glancing to the maw of the bus in turn.
네. 엔케팔린은 뇌와 척수신경에서만 추출돼요. 특히나 생명 활동이 있을수록 효율이 좋죠.
So that's why Virgilius told the sinners not to kill the assailants. Okay, and...
그럼 해당 부위만 먹여도 되는 거 아니야? 라기엔 피와 근육도 연료로 쓰일 수 있어요. 엔케팔린이 시동과 추력을 위해서 필요하다면 나머지 생체 물질은 순항할 때 사용되죠. 엔케팔린이 되도록 천천히 소모되게 하기 위한 설계죠.
Okay. So it is like an actual engine, basically. And to start up the engine, it needs encapsulin. To keep it running, it needs all the other stuff.
하이브리드요.
Yes, a hybrid. Faust went on to explain how most of the vehicle's fuel is taken from the branch facilities, and that it won't be a sufficient source on its own. But most of it went in one ear and out the other. Well, that's complicated. I got that it's tough work, at least.
뭘요? 파우스트는 고생하지 않는답니다.
I wonder why they gave it a quirk to talk of herself in third person.
고생은 우리가 하고 있지. 이봐, 관리자 양반 또 온다고.
Okay, we can have like either an orange chain or a red chain. I don't know which would be better. Damn, we just fucking fisted that guy into oblivion.
제대로 가보자고.
I lost my coin tosses. How can that be? Now he's fucked.
결과입니다.
죄를 새겨주겠어. 흉터의 결과요.
Like how they just fucking explode in guts and pieces.
도착한 결과입니다.
Very gory game. I don't remember Ruina being this, like, bloody.
갈갈이 베어버렸어. 이보다 정신이 맑을 때가 없군.
I have taken damage this time, right? Yeah. Ishmael has taken 1 damage. Yuri. When the bus had just about finished its meal, Virgilius shouted to me that we are expecting a guest. I'm curious to see who'd be joining us on this less unpleasant trip. Yeah, let's enter. This is most likely gonna be a combat-focused episode. I mean, the game will tell its story through these combat segments at times, right? I can now equip a 5th sinner. We're gonna go for Ryoshu, I guess.
그대, 이 검이 필요하오.
어이, 적당히 끝내라. 곧 손님이 방문할 거야.
Virgilius said, poking his head out of the window. A guest? Who?
처음으로
And why he
본
especially?
길잡이가 필요할 것 같아서요.
저 혹시
Ooh.
림버스 컴퍼니에서 오신 분들 맞나요?
Yeah, I'm the Limbusy guy. Someone approaches us slowly.
맞나 보네요.
She's cute. She's a grade 8 fixer. That's not good. The bus had just about finished its meal, crunching on the last remaining bone chips. Yuri watched it indifferently before introducing herself.
예전 엘사에서 근무했던 유리예요. 잘 부탁합니다.
Oh, cool. Curious as well. By Elcop, do you mean...
로보토미 코퍼레이션이겠군.
네, 우리는 로보토미 코퍼레이션. 구 엘사의 옛 지부들로 향합니다.
We will explore the former branch facilities.
저라면 불러도 절대 안 왔을 것 같은데. 추락한 날개라니. 분명 끝이 좋지 않았을 텐데요.
무슨 소리야? 날개고 뭐고 돈만 함께라면 뭐든 유쾌한 기억이 된다고.
She has a single track mind. Wow.
거기는 아직도 괴물로 득실된다는 소문이 있던데.
괴물이 아니라 환상체요. 어쨌든 사실이에요. 하지만 더 중요한 것들이 있죠. 지부 가장 깊숙한 곳에 최근에 피어나기 시작한 엘사의 기술의 핵심 정수가 존재해요.
Neoplastic plant-like growths. I guess these are the golden bows or whatever they're called.
단테, 며칠 전에 내가 제안했던 걸 기억합니까? 성의를 새기게 해줄 거라고 말했는데 정수, 황금가지를 모아온다면 그 정도는 어려운 일도 아니게 될 겁니다.
What aspect still makes my head ache? What was I trying to do?
억지로 떠올리려고 할 필요는 없습니다. 그때가 되면 전부 알게 될 테니까요.
I gotta say, it all feels very nostalgic, like hearing the Korean voice acting and getting into this world again. And I'm very happy that it felt like it didn't even take that long, all things considered, to get this out. So I hope that the next game won't take that long as well, and they make enough money to make it a great, great game. I return a slow nod to Faust's placid advice. Alright, for now, I should focus on what I currently know and see. And if it's lobotomy co-op with Scary, we might find some in Catalan too.
아, 그러면 더 이상 사람들을 갈아 넣지 않아도 되겠네요.
Yeah, but can we fight regardless?
거기다가 운이 좋으면 에고까지 얻을 테니.
Free rats.
일석삼조네요.
Ego? That's another unknown term that makes my head tilt. But in any case, it seems rather rude to keep talking to each other when we had a guest on board. Someone else seemed to agree.
유리 씨는 무슨 일 하며 지냈나?
Gregor gave his best shot at making some conversation with a well-meaning smile to put the newest passenger at ease. His brow seemed to twitch due to a lack of practice, but it's no big deal.
내가 보아하니 그대는 해결사일 것 같소. 그들에게서는 모두 고결한 영웅의 냄새가 난다고 하더군.
As Yuri was nodding slightly, I heard Ishmael let out a deep sigh.
어디서 그런 소식을 들었는지 모르겠지만 해결사는 그런 영웅들이 아니에요. 초라한 봉급자의 부질없는 냄새라면 몰라도.
금세 다른 밥벌이 찾는 게 쉽진 않았을 텐데 용케 해냈군.
아직은 계약직이에요.
아하, 굳이 다시 이곳으로 기어들어온 이유도 그거였겠네요.
Damn, Ishmael has some weird strain of autism where she's just fucking blunt in a very specific way.
예전 직장으로 돌아가서 크게 한탕이라도 치면 팀장 자리라도 주겠대요?
실적을 세우면 계약 기간은 늘어날지도 모르죠.
그렇지. 보통 계약직 시절은 실적 하나에 목숨을 걸어야 할 때니까.
아, 그거 참 부질없는 목숨이네요.
어이, 아까부터 왜 이렇게 비꼬는 거야? 뭐가 그렇게 마음에 안 들어?
글쎄요. 처음부터 끝까지 마음에 안.
Seemingly unaffected by the abrasive attitude, Yuri quietly took an empty seat. Looking back and forth between the two, Gregor returned to his seat as well, scratching his head, hopefully with his human hand. I can't seem to get used to being around these people.
빨리 배어드는 편이 편할 겁니다, 단테.
It also seems that some of them just get more screen time than others at this moment, but I guess that's a given.
가론, 출발하지. 손님께서 자리에 앉았다.
메피비 빵빵, 카룬도 빵빵.
Alright. This time, there's not even a story explanation for us fighting. There must be just... on a head, we gain 2 poise, or we can gain 1 slash damage up next turn. But obviously we go for this. I wonder how deep the strategy can go in this.
제안에도 충분합니다.
흉터의 결과요.
Clash when gain 1 attack power up next turn. Inflict 1 defense down. Inflict Rupture. Rupture when hit by an attack, take fixed damage by the effect's potency and reduce its count by 1. It's basically bleed, isn't it? Poise is a potency based chance to deal critical damage, reducing the count by 1 if successful. Actually, let's go for orange instead. Just go straight.
죄를 새겨주겠소.
I wonder when I'll have to use like the evade thingy. How do I even know which special ability they have if I... Oh, here I go. If I click on defense. He can guard, she can counter. She's being attacked, so I might as well counter with her. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I can just change it back. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're gonna counter with her. We're also gonna go for like 2 red, 2 oranges. I wonder if we'll even get to the counter.
제안에도 충분합니다.
And I guess that's how you play the game later on. You just form a straight line and you just wreck your enemies regardless.
흐름을 따라 전부 베어냈습니다.
It's interesting. Map. Our first guest, our guest was a fixer named Yuri, a former employee of Lobotomy Corporation. Seeing as she showed an indifferent response to the bus devouring bodies, she must have gone through a lot herself, but then she grows nervous as she checks the map and looks at the driver's seat. Does she not know where we're going? There shouldn't be any. Oh no, there are enemies here. I guess. Oh yeah, it has an enemy, like, so let's just... Let's see. I think we're gonna do this one. And then might pause the recording.
지도는 제게 있는데요. 길은 어떻게 알고 가는 건가요?
Answerless, the bus keeps speeding anyway.
그건 말이지.
If we have something to lead us, why do we need her then?
감이지. 카룬의 감. 네? 분홍머리. 카룬 앞을 이상한 종이로 막는 이유가 뭐야?
Okay, I like that. A little bit of just light-hearted comedy. Hasn't hurt anyone ever, right?
계속 이상한 방향으로 가니까 그렇죠. 이 지도를 보세요. 우리가 가는 쪽은 남동쪽 방향인데.
Karen reluctantly gives the map a cursory glance as she couldn't ignore the thing right in front of her eyes.
마음이 향하는 곳, 그곳에 진짜 길이 있을지니.
That's also how you win card games.
옳소! 우리는 모두 마음이 향하는 곳으로 나아가야만 하네!
그냥 지도 보는 법도 모르는 길치라는 거잖아요.
제가 하고 싶은 말을 대신 해주실 줄이야.
Yuri and Ishmael put a palm over their respective faces at the same time, almost like they were in sync.
오, 우리 기사님 친구라도 생겼나봐?
분홍머리가 계속 제잘거려. 난 길을 알고 있단 말이야. 아니 그러니까 방향이 잘못. 앞에 또 장애물이야. 부릉부릉 할까?
아니 카론, 기다려봐.
어이! 버스가 근사해 보이는데 나도 좀 타보자.
메피스토 팰레스의 후식 시간인 모양이군. 내리지. 아직 밥을 더 먹여야겠어.
Wonder if they'll improve their performance over time.
그대로 가보자고.
혈이 남자오.
침착한 결과입니다.
Two of them dead already.
그대로 가보자고.
There's only one enemy. Is there any point in
생각보다 잘 타는 거.
just
다음.
taking a look at what you have? Even here, it seems like just going in a straight line most of the time will get you through.
혈이 남자오.
I don't know yet if I'm disappointed at the difficulty of this, because obviously with both Ruina and Lobotomy Corporation, it was a slow burn at first. Very simple, very easy. Nothing too special, especially in Lobotomy Corporation's case.
소란이 줄었네요.
So it will ramp up here as well, I assume. Oh, come on, let's do one more fight. Let's do one more.
열심히 했어.
One more mission or fight or whatever. We leveled up again as well. Or did we? Oh no, we're very close to leveling up. Is that right? 29 XP out of 30? This is like plus 12 out of 30 is a very weird placement of the numbers. The Sinner's leveled up. The trio. How many fights are there in this? Oh my god, I'm about halfway through this chapter. I guess 11, yeah, 11 like events. Difficulty level 3. What difficulty level was this? Also 3, okay. I was shocked to learn that Karen has virtually no sense of direction, though I guess it's fortunate that it's come to light this early into the trip. Yuri took matters into her own hands and started teaching her how to read a map, and Sinclair joined too. They're rather noisy, but still, I can't say that I hate to see it.
칼을 부딪힐 시간입니다.
This picture.
카론, 이쪽이 동쪽일까요? 서쪽일까요? 카론은 두 가지 방향만 알아. 매트의 앞쪽과 뒤쪽. 지금까지 방향도
Wait,
모르는 사람이
how do you return even then?
운전기사를 했대요.
카론, 그러니까요. 해가 뜨는 쪽이
At the driver's seat, 3 heads gathered together over a map. Well, one of them might have been at a slight different elevation from the others.
꼬맹이, 너도 저기 끼어 있어야 하는 거 아니야?
무례한 소리! 난 어린이가 아니라네! 꼬맹이는 더더욱 아니고!
Well, compared to her, you can motorboat her while standing up. Watching Don Quixote shake a fist sky high at Rodia, I noticed a bitter gaze falling upon them out of the corner of my view. Starting to think that Yuri Gal might have put up with a rough childhood. Gregor turned around to take a glance in my direction, then shook his head and went back to looking at the driver's side, with his chin resting on his hand.
딱히 어린 편도 아니야. 일단 칼을 줄 수 있으면 전쟁에 참전부터 시키는 동지도 있었으니까.
Nests. A nest was basically the center for district, if my memory is correct. Yeah, always an amnesiac protagonist, because then you can explain the lore while you go along. This makes it really easy, I guess, storytelling-wise. Sounds like nests used to get into wars with one another in the past. Did that happen often?
아주 없는 일은 아니었지. 관리자 양반, 전쟁에 대해 궁금한 게 많나 봐.
I'm not really curious about the details, just gathering info I should know as the manager. As I was about to go on, a glimpse of Gregor's expression I caught from the side stopped me in my tracks. His eyes seemed to be fixed somewhere far more distant than the driver's seat.
그런 자세를 뭐라고 하고 싶은 건 아니야, 관리자 양반. 오히려 좋은 자세 아닐까? 상관의 귀감아닐까 싶은데.
He slowly continued, taking a pack of cigarettes from his pocket.
그래도 개인적으로는 모를 수 있을 때 모르는 게 기회일지도 모른다고 생각해.
It's interesting, he has very slight changes in his expression, mostly with his eyes.
일단 알게 되면 다시는 모를 수 없게 될 테니까.
Without another word, he lit a cigarette.
아니요, 방금 저쪽에서 우회전을 했어야죠.
괜찮아요, 카론. 조금만 더 가서 꺾어도 올바른 길로 갈 수 있어요.
아, 기사의 삶은 고단해.
뭐 지금 더 급한 건 목적지로 가는 길을 아는 것 같네. 그렇지, 관리자 양반?
Gregor cackled with cigarette smoke still in his mouth. I was still curious to learn what he'd been through, but he's right that I should focus on other things for now. An urgent matter showed up right before our bus. Bus-shaped doorstep even, too.
옥신각신은 그쯤 해라. 전방에 다시 적이다.
친구들의 버스에 전화타니 미친 새끼들.
How does he know? How does he know?
가만 안 둔다.
What threat level are we by now?
왔는데 너네도 전부 죽인다.
Urban legend or something?
베르, 연료들이 시끄러워. 카론, 2명 이상 시끄러우면 어지러워.
걱정할 필요 없다, 카론. 이제부터 조용해질 테니. 전원 하차.
I wonder if we'll even get into threat levels in this one. Alright, wait.
죄를 사겨주겠어.
생각보다 잘 타는 걸.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
흉터의 결과요.
Must be really nice to play this on your phone, actually, I think.
전투에 임하겠습니다.
I just need some space. My phone is just always full. Because it's really weird, like with later Android versions, it gets harder and harder to install stuff on your SD card instead of your like internal memory. And I don't know why they keep making it so awkward. It worked a few years ago, sure.
처리할 시간이야, 마즈리드. 것만 예크.
흉터의 결과요.
Victory!
자, 다시 지도를 보자고요.
Okay, this time there's a post-battle story.
카론, 딴 좀 피우면 안 된다니까요.
Looking at the trio arguing over the map once again, a question arose in my mind. But wait, this bus was specifically made for Limbus Company, right?
정확히는 저희들만을 위한 버스라고 해야겠네요.
Exclusively for us? By whom? Is that basically what I said?
그게 그 뜻 아니냐고 생각하고 계신 것 같네요.
There is a nuance. It's weird, I don't think I spoke that part out loud. Is the clock broken or something?
그 정도는 째깍이지 않아도 알 수 있어요.
What?
파우스트는 모르는 것이 없으니까요.
Anyway, it must have taken a long while to get it out of the oven, especially with that mouth on the side.
예상한 만큼 걸려서 만들었을 뿐이에요.
What is the expected amount of time? Talking to her is really aggravating, actually. She's downright oppressive to talk to.
파우스트는 천재예요. 도시의 모든 것을 알고 있죠.
어이, 그렇게 뛰어나시다면 저 앞에 가서 길부터 찾아주지 그래. 아까부터 저것들이 시끄러워서 잠을 못 자겠잖아.
파우스트는 오지랖쟁이가 아니에요. 묻는 것에는 대답하지만 묻지도 않은 것을 말하지는 않아요. 그리고 인간이 무언가를 깨닫기 위해 골똘한 고민을 하는 건 가장 즐거운 일이랍니다. 파우스트는 산통을 깨고 싶지 않네요.
I actually agree. That's why I love to smash my head against problems, because in the end, when I do make it through, it feels great.
뭘 골똘히 고민을 해봤어야 공감을 하죠.
I saw Heathcliff's grip on the bad Titan. However, with Virgilius casting a glare his way, he clicked his tongue as he crossed his arms and forced his eyes shut. I wonder why they're so vitriolic.
나랑 마음이 꽤 맞는 것 같네, 관리자 양반.
Gregor is like the most sympathetic one out of the bunch so far. With Gregor's snickers, the bus started again.
갈갈이 베어버렸어.
Alright, we did level up now.
기보다
Level
정신
3
나갈
now.
데가 없군.
Confirm. Good. you know what? It's gonna be the end of this episode, whatever. Let's take a look at this. Choose stage to enter. This should be. After you've won the battle, the stage will be marked as cleared. If you clear the X objective, you'll earn bonus rewards, and it will be marked as well. You can view the blurb and description for the stage here. You can watch the story again. You can read about enemies that appear, X objective, and how much it costs. Each stage has a limit to the number of participants. Oh, okay, it's stage-wise, not level-wise then. Alright,